US President Donald Trump has returned from Beijing, China to Washington, facing a major foreign policy decision on Iran as tensions escalate over Tehran's nuclear program and the strategic Strait of Hormuz. Well, according to the report, top US defense officials have already prepared multiple military options in case Donald Trump decides that diplomatic efforts with Iran have failed. And the report says that a previously paused military campaign, referred to as Operation Epic Fury, could be restarted within days under a new operational framework. Pentagon officials are reportedly considering a range of scenarios, including renewed airstrikes on Iranian military and nuclear infrastructure, as well as the possibility of deploying US Special Operation Forces in order to target highly enriched uranium that is believed to be stored deep underground at Iran's Isfahan nuclear facility. Several hundred special operations troops were previously deployed to the Middle East in order to keep this option available. The officials acknowledged that any ground mission would carry significant risk and could require thousands of additional personnel. Donald Trump, however, has not yet taken a final decision and speaking to the reporters aboard Air Force One. After leaving Beijing, he dismissed that Iran's latest peace proposal, saying that he would reject it if he did not like even the first line. He also confirmed that Iran was discussed during his meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, although he said that he did not ask China to pressure Tehran. While China remains one of Iran's key economic partners and heavily depends on energy flows through the Strait of Hormuz, no direct commitment was made by Beijing in order to intervene diplomatically. And the Strait of Hormuz remains at the center of the crisis, as it is one of the world's most critical oil transit routes. And the US and elite officials are reportedly trying to push for a compromise that would convince Iran to reopen the waterway, potentially allowing Donald Trump to claim a diplomatic breakthrough and avoid a prolonged conflict. However, tensions remain high, with both the sides signaling readiness for escalation. Donald Trump has also warned Iran that it must either make a deal or face severe consequences, while Iranian officials have stated that their armed forces are prepared to respond strongly to any aggression. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth told lawmakers that the military has plans for escalation if necessary, while also maintaining the ability to reduce troop deployments if diplomacy progresses. And at present, more than 50,000 US troops remain stationed across the Middle East, supported by 2 aircraft carriers, multiple destroyers and warplanes, all reportedly on standby for possible renewed operations. And according to the report, US and Israel officials are already making some of the most extensive military preparations since the recent ceasefire, with intelligence suggesting that Iran has restored operational access to most of its missile launch facilities and underground infrastructure. Well, around 30 of Iran's 33 missile sites along the Strait of Hormuz are believed to be active again, raising concerns about threats to shipping routes and regional stability. Iran, meanwhile, has rejected US pressure and signaled readiness for confrontation. Senior Iranian officials have also warned that any attack would be met with a strong response, while also expressing deep mistrust of Washington following previous cycles of negotiation and military escalation. And as the situation develops, global markets have already reacted, with rising oil prices reflecting fears of renewed conflict in the Gulf region. And despite growing pressure and detailed military planning, the final decision now rests with President Donald Trump, who must choose between a renewed diplomatic push or a possible return to military action against Iran. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.